Hello and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. Today we're in the beautiful stateroom in our state's capital in Olympia, Washington. Thank you for joining us. My guest today is Senator Sharon Brown. Thanks for being here with us.
It's great to be here.
And she is working very hard to bring more economic development to our state. And can you tell me about your efforts this session?
Well, you know, it's really imperative that the state get out of the business of picking winners and losers. So I've sponsored a couple of bills this session that do exactly that, get the state out of picking winners and losers. What those bills do is they say that if you invest or reinvest in the state, we'll give you either a sales tax deferral or a B&O tax credit, but you only get those items if you've invested or reinvested. So if you've expanded your company, you could qualify for it as well, because we want companies to stay in the state. It's a great state, we know that, but we want them to stay here and not forum shop. So this would be an opportunity to give them a little, kind of like a little bit of a reward that they can reinvest back into their companies. It doesn't go into their pocket, it goes back into the company, and they can use it for workforce training.
Well, it is a bit of a concern for Washington. One of the things critics have said is that Washington has high B&O tax, and that can be hard to recruit new businesses to come to the state.
It really can, especially when you have other states don't have that cumbersome B&O tax. The B&O tax, in my opinion, is patently unfair because it's a tax on the gross receipts, which, oh my gosh, so many businesses, especially when they start out, are having troubles, and you know, it takes a while to build up your whatever it is that you're doing to get a great reputation in the community, and you need some time to develop your company. And so to right out of the gate tax people on their gross receipts, I think is just patently unfair. So as a state, since we have to live with that system because that's what we have, as a legislator, I look for innovative ways that we can help companies.
And we have so much international trade with agriculture and so much national trade. Any efforts there on that front?
Yes, we do. We have a tremendous amount of international trade. This state is one of the most, if not the most, trade-dependent state in the country. So it's imperative that we look for ways that we can smooth the transition of getting our products overseas and also importing products. I know that particularly in the Tri-Cities, we have a lot of companies that export their agriculture products overseas. And when we had that port issue, it really was tragic for those companies. I know some of those companies ended up having to lay off people. And so what we did here in the legislature is we had a hearing so we could kind of shine a light on the issue and maybe perhaps get people talking about it. And what do we do on a long-term basis? So at least we've engaged the conversation.
And with the time you have left in the session before it wraps up, economically, what do you hope to have buttoned up?
I would really, really like to have one of those invest or reinvest in Washington bills get right to the governor's desk. Had a conversation with him yesterday, and we really do need to do everything that we can to support the companies that we have here in the state and to attract additional companies.
Now, he is business-minded and understands those kinds of things about how money has to flow in and out with a strong economic base and a strong tax base.
Let's hope.
Thank you, Sharon. We certainly appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being with us for Charter Local Edition Northwest.